I recently published a year in review 2023 video where I went over my stock picks for 2023, my 5 best Canadian stocks. And they didn't do too bad. Year to date returns were about 35%. So today, let's do it again. It's Christmas time, a new year is coming. I'm going to give you my 5 best Canadian microcap and small cap stocks for 2024. You're watching Common Sense Investing. My name is Cameron. Let's get started. My number 5 spot for 2024, and keep in mind, in this spot, I always like a high risk, high reward, tiny little up and coming company in this spot just to see what happens. This year, I'm going with GameOn Entertainment. GameOn Entertainment is producing money-making NFT-based games. They are engaging, retaining, and monetizing customers of large professional sports leagues, turning fans into super fans. I think this has potential, right? If you're a large sports league, the way that people now have the attention span of a guppy, to give your fans in the stands watching from home an additional way to play the game, I think this has fantastic opportunity. They have recently partnered with huge sports leagues in the Professional Fighters League and La Liga. Thanks to another partnership here with Sportsology, they're going to get $2.3 million in development fees in the back part here of 2023. This is going to make them achieve their guidance for 2023, meaning they're hitting targets and building trust, which is important because this is a young company, young management group, right? That's the risk. Building trust, growing this company, getting returns for shareholders. I've been covering this stock since they were a 4-cent stock. They already ran up to 20 cents. Today, currently, December 19th, as I film this video, sitting here in my Christmas robe, they are at 10 cents. That is my reference point. My number 5 pick, GameOn Entertainment. Now, shout out to some other candidates for this number 5 spot. Current Water Technologies, they were my 2023 number 5 pick. They still have some catalysts that could really drive share price in the future. NTG Clarity Networks is a long shot for 2024, but they are showing growth in their top line numbers that is not being recognized in their share price. So this stock has some potential. But truly my runner up for this number 5 spot, so the number 2 stock for the number 5 spot, I mean, like, that's not confusing, is Reclaim Limited. The stock is currently sitting at 6 cents today. It has a bright future ahead of it, I think, but just couldn't quite make it to the top. Do not forget, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This channel was built to have good discussion with good people about good stocks because it makes us all a better investor. This is not how to invest. This is how I invest. And for me, my number 4 stock pick for 2024 is Enterprise Group. I bet this one is probably a shocker for a lot of people. This stock is relatively new to my channel. I've been covering it for the past 2 months or so. Why is that? Well, Enterprise Group is a downstream oil and gas stock, saying here that Canada's energy economy is back on, and how right they are. Enterprise Group has a whole melody of different businesses. They have been growing for a long time, building their base, building their financials, waiting for a time to take advantage, which is fantastic opportunity because Enterprise Group's main business is renting out specialized equipment and services in the build out of infrastructure for energy pipeline and construction industries. So when these industries are hot, Enterprise Group can be hot. And nicely valued because they had a tough time through COVID. People did not notice them. They struggled. A lot of things weren't getting built. Revenue was down. Expenses were up. Now they're recovering, and recovering strong at 77 cents and still going up. They're in a bull run with potentially more growth to come. Because even though people are worried sometimes, I don't want to buy the 52-week high of a stock, this company still has growth. Huge potential growth. There was lots of other companies I was considering for this spot, including Atlas Engineered Products. Beware Holdings is doing fantastic. Nova Leap Health, I expect to have a bounce back year. ADF Group, I love. And Thermal Energy International were all considerations for the number 4 spot. Just couldn't get it done. They couldn't beat Enterprise Group. And the reason they couldn't beat Enterprise Group, what I'm really excited about for this company moving forward, is Evolution Power Projects. So, this is leading the way by advancing natural gas to electricity methods of mobile power supply. On these large mobile infrastructure sites, they need power. And in the past, that power was provided by sometimes 10 diesel generators, 15 diesel generators, 20 maybe. Loud, noisy, expensive, high manpower cost to maintain them. Enterprise Group offers a natural gas solution. One natural gas turbine on a site like this can power an entire grid for your project. And if you say, Cameron, that doesn't make sense because anybody can buy the natural gas turbine and compete with Enterprise Group. The problem is, prior to COVID, they had a 7 year terrible market for oil and gas, right? Competition was crushed for Enterprise Group. So they don't have a moat, but they do have a short time frame here in the foreseeable future where there's not a lot of competition in this space. That keeps me bullish for Enterprise Group moving forward. My number three stock pick for 2024, and a company that I actually really enjoy covering, Gatekeeper Systems. And what I really like about Gatekeeper Systems is you can really feel good being a shareholder with Gatekeeper, right? This is a company that's not only a good company, good stock, really produced. It was my number one pick from 2023, 64.8% gains year to date so far. But Gatekeeper also keeps kids safe. I mean, what's not to like about that? So they are into security for mobile solutions. So trains, planes, automobiles, whatever, if it's moving, Gatekeeper wants to be there. So if you're thinking about the crime crisis that we're having and how we need to improve security across North America, we can look to Gatekeeper. They still have so much growth left ahead of them. I mean, right now, basically all of their revenue is coming from school buses. They could expand into public transit, first responders, general transport. There is a large total addressable market still ahead for Gatekeeper Systems. My number two stock pick for 2024 is Well Health Technologies. They are into digital healthcare. This is a massively growing industry. You do not want to miss out. Now, this is the only stock on my list that is not a microcap stock. Well Health Technologies has a market cap of today $929 million. They're sitting at a share price of $3.89. This graph is incorrect. They closed the day at 389, and they are up 35% year to date. They were my number three pick for 2023, and they did very well. But you'll notice they did not do as well as they could have. Back in May, they were up to $5.75 Canadian. They have been trickling down for the past 6, 7, 8 months. And that's the risk and the opportunity with Well Health Technologies. I highlight it right here. The green flag, why I would want to invest in the stock, is they just released a Hail Mary of guidance where they're claiming they're going to make 900 million to $1 billion of revenue next year, which is massive growth for this company. The problem with Well Health Technologies, if you go look at their earnings, I have lots of videos talking about them. There's not one single problem that's holding share price back. There's a lot of little problems. But my main argument, and the reason it's gone from number three last year to number two on my list this year, is I think that Well Health Technologies, as it graduated from a microcap stock to a small cap stock, has been heavily shorted. This is a really hard slide to read, but basically what it's saying, Well Health Technologies went up to $4.35 Canadian there. They released their guidance, which was really, really good. And then for some reason, the share price absolutely crashes back down to $3.75. Why is that? Every time the stock goes on a bull run and starts growing exponentially, it gets shorted back down to below $4. I think 2024 could be the year that these short positions change from institutional shorts to institutional investments. And if that happens, if Well Health Technologies can finally break away from the shorting and start attracting institutional investors, that's when share price could really go up. In the meantime, this one really surprised me. I didn't see this coming. Well Health was selected by the Vancouver Canucks NHL team as their official medical services provider. Now, what does this do, Cameron? Well, I don't even know for sure yet. I just see dollar signs. Basically, Well Health is partnering with an NHL team to provide their longevity program to people with a lot of money. In fact, if you go watch my video coverage on this, it basically looks like they're turning doctors into rock stars, giving them full access to all kinds of opportunities that doctors working for other companies won't get. It will probably attract a lot of good doctors. And they're saying that this partnership between Well and the Canucks illustrates the powerful connection between elite sports and advanced healthcare. Well, I think you know what I think, right? My number two stock pick for 2024, Well Health Technologies. Now we're here. My number one stock pick for 2024. And I think my long term viewers, people that watch this channel a lot, you could probably just shut it off here. I think you know what my number one pick is going to be. Very obvious. A company I've been bullish on since 28 cents, 30 cents when I first started covering this company. Kraken Robotics and their underwater robotics. I was excited about them because they were able to provide things like climate change studies and offshore energy seabed surveys. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Never did I think that increasing global conflict would just open up this massive revenue source for Kraken Robotics in supplying navies. The numbers being projected by some research groups here, like Cormark Securities, the opportunity and the expected growth for Kraken Robotics just through providing navies with their products and services is massive moving forward. Here are some of their amazing products. Another main one to look out for is their subsea batteries. These are some of the best underwater batteries that you could buy in the world. They're massively being liked by a lot of companies building huge unmanned underwater vehicles, UUVs, and this is starting to take off with a recent purchase order for the batteries of $10.5 million. As well as they're still doing offshore energy, seabed surveys, shipping lane surveys, that kind of thing, where they have technology like this, which is better than anybody else. And they're providing guidance like this, including, I think they're having 65% top line revenue growth this year, expecting 40% compounded annual growth rate year over year. Basically, they're saying strong growth, strong demand. Long term, this company is looking very, very interesting. And I may have been conservative because I say strong demand and they're saying very strong sales pipelines. So that's even the company's more bullish here than I am. But they can do that because they keep delivering, right? More contracts. All you ever see from Kraken Robotics in the news is more contracts, contracts after contracts, only broken by reporting record financial results. Kraken only had 12% year to date growth, but that's a little bit flawed because they went down quite a bit. And if people dollar cost average down in July and August, they actually got way more than 12% year to date return in 2023 with Kraken Robotics. I hope that can continue or go even higher in 2024. Those are my five picks for 2024. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What's your opinion? What's your five picks? I would absolutely love to hear that because microcap investing isn't just a science, it's also an art. It's a really fascinating, fun place to be. I learn something new every day. And what I'm learning right now is that I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. You've been watching Common Sense Investing. I hope to see you again soon. And I hope to see you in a year still watching my channel so we can see how these stock picks did. Have a great Christmas.